Art was really spectacular. I think we got a lot of his family in here, and I thank each and every one of you for sharing Art, because you were sharing Art. And the first thing I remember about Art was him reminding us of that anytime he was here. Basically, he would leave his truck running because he had to get back to his family. He was only here for a little while, and he had to get back to them. So as much as the CAF meant to him and we meant to Art, his family was always foremost on his mind. And I don't even know if y'all knew that, but he was always talking about getting back to his family. Left the truck running to get back to his family. So we're here to celebrate Art Davis. And I don't have a whole lot of funny stories to say about Art. Art was, he was fairly serious-minded, and he was a doer. He was somebody who would do stuff. He didn't walk around telling stories. He'd remind you that he was a Korean War veteran, that kind of thing. He had been a soldier in Korea, and he's very proud of that, proud of his service. Y'all mentioned, I'm not sure if you went into the details of it, but the wing put together a hangar, went up to the Delta, and there was a car dealership of some sort going out of business, and they had the hangar donated, literally a steel building hangar. They dismantled it, trucked it down here, and reassembled it right where where the FBO basically is now, the current FBO building. See, I did a Bob. I'm also not entertaining as Bob, but I will speak into the microphone, make up for it. But I know there were a lot of people, Tony, a lot of people, involved in that. But Art led that effort. He led that effort from finding it to dismantling it to putting chalk marks and paint strips on each part that came apart, so that when it came down here, nobody else knew it, but Art knew how to put it back together and led the effort. And frankly, this is a little before my time, so I can't remember, but I believe that the C-45 came next. It was before the hangar, okay. So likewise with the C-45, Twin Beach airplane, it was a true C-45, a true military veteran. And the history of that airplane was that Mississippi State University had flown that out of their research laboratory for many, many years. And it was a camera ship. It had flown through the Bahamas. And I only knew this because I grew up in Starkville in that hangar, and I can remember that airplane. And then it became a derelict. It kind of became obsolete, pushed aside. At some point, there's a aviation technical school at Golden Triangle Regional Airport as part of the junior college there. And they had acquired the airplane, and they had used it to take apart and put it back together and to teach on. And that's when the Mississippi Wing found it. And again, under Art's guidance, folks went up there, brought that thing back, fuselage, 2 wings. There were 2 engines, neither of them were worth servicing. There's all kinds of stories, Bob could tell these, but of trading propellers, trading engines, getting good engines, putting that thing back together. Hazel Dunham, you mentioned, Tom Phelps, all these people were heavily involved in this. And Ben Cunningham led the effort from sewing the interior of that airplane. And I saw this airplane at an air show not too many months ago. Same interior that Hazel Dunham sewed together. Same airplane that Art Davis had all of the people in here put together. So, his fingerprints and the results of his talents are still flying today. It was one of the airplanes that came through here after the tornado hit the Delta, 2 years ago, Jack? It was one of the airplanes that came through here to pick up supplies and take them to the Delta. So that thing, it's a proud history of that airplane, and the airplane is a testament, it is a trophy to Art Davis. So I just really do appreciate my knowing Art and all that he has done. He was a teacher, he was a mentor, he was always showing people things, teaching people how to do it. So I was also, at the time, I was raising a son alone. So if I was somewhere, my son was generally with me. Now, Art didn't like that. I mean, he had nothing wrong with my son, but he didn't like that I brought him out here. And he wouldn't let him come in the hangar with his bicycle, made him ride it outside, and all these are good rules. Nothing wrong with any of those rules, but it's part of what I remember about Art. He generally cared about people, and that was because of safety, by the way. There were, and there still are, sharp objects all throughout hangars. He didn't want people riding bicycles. But Art was always present, always helpful, always doing something. And another thing about Art, he was humble. And I kind of want to end on that remark. He was a very humble man. And I think that he would want to remind all of us that we aren't here because of what we get to do. We get to fly pretty airplanes. We get to fly nice helicopters, whatever. Be wary not to make it about us. It's about the veterans. It's about honoring the veterans. And then I think somebody mentioned today is D-Day. And D-Day is not a day to celebrate. There's nothing to be celebrated about D-Day. It was obviously I wasn't there, but from what I've read and from what I've talked about with people, it was an absolutely horrifying day. And I think that we need to remember that a lot of what we do here really is not about celebrating these artifacts, these jeeps, some of those airplanes out there. It's not supposed to be something that is glorified. It's supposed to be something that is honored and treasured and respected. And that's what Art was about. Art understood that this is a museum with artifacts, and we're curators. And I look around this room, and I see family, and I see curators. All the people I know that are here with the CEF, from Bob Bates to Jack and everybody in between, are curators. And I do believe that if Art were here right now, this is what he would be saying to us. So I thank Art for what he has done for the Mississippi Wing, going back all these years. I thank him for what I learned from him, and I thank his family for being here.
At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Scott Davis, son of Art Davis. He's going to say a few words on behalf of the family, and Frank. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What an honor this is. Pete, thank you for the nice, kind words and comments about my dad. We miss him a lot. He's in everything. Think about him all the time. And this is an awesome award. And I know that he would really love if he were here to see all this. And know all the love that he's got with his family and friends. And, Dad's always been about flying in airplanes and making people be able to fly airplanes. Because I think if Dad could be a bird, he would be a bird. And he may be a bird. He may be flying around out there right now. But he loved flying. Started out at the age of 15 in North Mississippi, hanging around an airport while his brothers got drafted into the military. He was secretly talking to his Air Force recruiter behind his dad's back. And when the time came, he got draft papers to go into the Army. And he was able to go back to the Air Force recruiter and get into the United States Air Force because he loved airplanes. I don't know if I want to keep telling you about my dad or accept this award now. Thank you.
We love your dad, so.
Thank you. This is such an honor, and thank you so much. And there's a lot of memories that I have with this place, and I haven't been out here in years, and I feel kind of bad about that. This is the first time I've been in this building. We all get busy in our lives and everyday things. There's a few people, Bob being one of the ones I remember here. When they brought over the Chevrolet dealership from Belzona, Mississippi, I was there. When we built Beach 18, C-45. I was here for that. I was always right there with my dad, growing up, going out, working on airplanes every day. I can't tell you how many times we rescued crop dusters that blow a cylinder off a radial engine and land an ag cat out in a cotton field, and we'd have to go out there. And if he couldn't fix it there, he would take it apart and we'd put the tail wheel in the back of the truck, and we'd take it on back to the airport, and he'd fix it, repair it, and then give it back to whoever it belonged to. Anyway, I just this is a great honor to accept this on behalf of my dad. I'm not a great speech person, so I apologize for that. But again, thank you so much. This is an awesome opportunity and award for my dad, Art Davis.